So 1-1, lost to Jund when we didn't draw Lingering Souls, and beat Mono, Red, Arya, Bedlam Reveler, maybe Phoenix. Like, I didn't see a Phoenix, but I wouldn't be surprised if Phoenix was in that deck. Beautiful. We're Junding it. We're Junding it. Let's keep. Okay, opponent mulls. Perfect. Okay, we're up against Shadow. I'm actually intrigued with this matchup. I think if we get Lingering Souls, I think we're going to be pretty good here. Okay. So they're killing my Bob, right? Do I care about Jace? So they go turn 2 Jace, I go turn 2 Bob. They untap, kill my Bob. So I'm definitely going Stoneforge over Bob. I think I gotta take the Jace here. I could have taken like the Fatal Push and then next turn taken the Bolt, but then the Jace could just get them what they need. Okay, or they can just draw another one. That works perfectly fine too, right? I don't need a black source. I don't need a red source either, so. Yep. Okay, so I still have Bolt. They're not holding up stubs, so I don't have to worry about that. Flooding out a bit, so I'll get rid of the land. Yeah, I think it's an easy pick right there. And then next turn, Thought sees away their Bolt, or they'll do it for me. And then I get to land Bob. Okay. Opponent has no cards in hand, so what do I want to do here? I'll play the land. Play the... This Jace is an issue because it lets them rebuy that push. So what they should do here is minus, get the push or the bolt, kill Dreadhorde, or kill Lily, and then just attack and kill Lily either way. Either way, Lily should be dead here. opponent plus the reason I blocked was my opponent plussed the Jace instead of minusing, so Lily's still alive. Okay. Perfect top deck. And now we're both hellbent, except I have a Bob in hand. That Bob is not going to fare well against this Jace, though. You get an emblem whenever you cast a spell, target opponent mills 5. Am I worried about my opponent ulting Jace here? Still alive. Hey, Capolo, how's it going? Like, do I care about this ult? I care more, I think, if they minus and get the bolt to kill my Bob. I think that's what I care more about. Hey, Capolo, thanks for the follow. Glad to have you aboard. Our next stop is Evil. Good morning. It's lunchtime here. You people from San Diego. Just got to work. Nice. Working for Sony. Either way, I need to plus Lily, right? So this bolt is going either at my opponent or at Jace. I think it's better off going at Jace. I just don't know if whenever you cast a spell, get milled 5. I don't know if I care that much about it. Like, I'd rather my opponent do that than -3 and get the bolt, right? Yeah, 8 spells and I'm dead. But they're hellbent, so they would need to draw 8, not like that gives me 8 turns, right? Unless I start cantripping. Yeah. Killing Lily and not Bob seems like a mistake, but that's because they have Death Shadow. Okay. But, you know, it doesn't matter when you draw hot, right? Okay, so they have Culligan's Command they can buy back, which is actually brutal for me because Culligan's Command lets them kill Bob and Lily and or buy back the Stubborn Denial. I don't know which I care. I think I'm just going to attack them. This Culligan's Command can be pretty rough, though. Like, they're going to get Culligan's Command, kill probably my Bob and bring back Death Shadow. No, they have to kill Lily. Yep. Kill Lily, get back Death Shadow, and then next turn they can cast Death Shadow. Always lucky? I guess so. I mean, I have a plenty of removal spells for their Death Shadow. Lily just happens to be the best one. Okay. So they kept a land in hand. Yep. So that way they still have the Death Shadow. I think my opponent's sequenced wrong there. I think they had to kill the Lily, not the Bob. Even if they had Stubborn Denial, I had the extra mana. Sure. Kill my Germ token. Seasoned Pyromancer would be a good draw. Bob's a good draw. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is the equip. I'll just pass here. So this is a deck I am interested in playing with the Modern Streamers League. Oh, that was nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, my opponent's just dead unless they have it, right? They've got to have it, right? Okay. They don't have it. So what's good here? Combo might be okay. Plague Engineer is interesting just because it's got Death Touch. Kalitas just because it's a creature. Path is really good because it hits Gurmag. Easy peasy. So what do I want to cut here? I'm interested in cutting potentially some discard. Right? Maybe a Bolt or two because Bolt is pretty bad in this matchup. Stoneforge great, Bob great, Dread Horde I think is pretty good, Soul's good, Veil good, Pyro's good, K Command's good. I don't know if I care about this sword. So I guess of this 15, I'm cutting 7. Oh, have fun at work. Thanks for the kind words. Yeah, I like that. Thanks for the follow too, Capolo. I love this hand. Bob is good. Turn 1 discard, turn 1 discard, turn 2 Bob is probably one of my favorite green-black X opens. I know earlier in the stream I said turn 1 Dork is probably one of my favorites, and that's true also. Okay, so they have 2 Thoughtseize, so the next turn they can go, but they only have 1 land. They put 2 bottoms, so they're digging for a land. Next turn they can Thoughtseize away my 1 Bob, so I think I'll get rid of a way that they can kill Bob. Snapcaster, they're still far off with digging for lands. So if I take the Abrade, I might be able to stick Bob and run away with the game. Yep. Okay, taking the Bolt, which kills the Jace, I guess. Okay, opponent couldn't find another land. We win the match. Let me get some water. Oh, I missed it. So I've probably been impressed with what this deck has how it's been able to grind. I think it's been pretty sweet. Yeah, I'd love to. If I keep winning the die roll, I'll be feeling even better about this deck. I need to draw a land, but I have Bob to help with that. Okay. Sure. Probably take my Bob. If they don't take Bob, it means maybe they run in 6. Why did my opponent take Thoughtseize my Bob when they had to run in 6? They should have wanted me to play Bob so then they can run in 6 him. Okay. This is a grindy matchup I don't like. I think running 6 is just too much of a value engine. It crushes my Bob. Yep. Now so I'm losing 2 cards a turn. They're only losing 1. Like, and I can't even get, if I draw souls, I have to plus it to cast it. Feel super behind here, especially since running 6 can always pick at my Lily. Sure. Some awkward sequencing from my opponent. Again, like playing that run in 6 awkwardly. Playing a Goyf when I have Lily in play. Like, I just don't get some of these sequences here. Yeah. I don't think it matters. I think 2 planeswalkers are just have put my opponent way too far ahead for even poor sequencing decisions to matter here. Like they can ult a Lily. A little heavy in the 3-drop spot post board, but I kind of like this. Need to draw a land. If I draw like 2 lands in a row, I think I'd be pretty happy here. Yeah, so I'm trying something slightly different. Mardu Stoneforge Mystic. How's it going? CRBRN FBRE down line. Your name is a mouthful here. So currently 2-1. I don't think Jund is a good matchup for this list, which is interesting because I think Mardu Pyromancer used to be very good against Jund, but I think Renin 6 eating Dark Confidant just completely ruins. Renin 6 just is such a strong card. Yeah, Bob's dead. Okay. Yeah, there's no green at all in this deck. Okay, if I draw a swamp, I can cast a Liana. Beautiful. So I want to draw a land again, so then I can go next turn Stoneforge Bob, plus probably discard Plague Engineer, and then next turn be able to keep going. Carbon, okay. Oh, alright. Walrus. Hey, how's it going? Opponent's got a greedy list. Jund with Ghost Quarter, huh? So I didn't draw. I didn't draw the land. So because I didn't draw the land, I think I want to actually play the Plague Engineer here. Because it has Death Touch. Does my opponent have any... I mean, maybe they run Bobs of their own. Probably not. Yep. Still want to land. Not a land. Opponent still doesn't have red mana. They could Ghost Core themselves for it. Yep, not a problem. Go to 13, plus take my Bob hit. If Bob lives here, I think I'm pretty far ahead. Okay. Okay, we got our Renin 6 coming down. Or that. It's much better than Renin 6 coming down. See no need to cast Bolt. This is why I run 4 Lilianas, because I like drawing them. Pardon, Fulminator Mage. It seems a bit awkward against me. Okay. Try to lower my curve a little bit here. I want to be able to Inquisition. I like the opportunity. I don't know if 1 is incorrect. This hand's a little awkward because I have 2 equipments in it, but I do have Bob and Lily, and those are what I'm looking for in the mid-range mirror. Interesting, opponent brought in Fulminators, but kept in discard. That just seems awkward. That seems really awkward to me. Usually you bring in Fulminators when you've taken out discard, and you're looking to just put something else that actually affects the board in play as opposed to discard. Okay. Yeah, I mean, she's probably the best card in my deck, so... I don't understand why an opponent would bring in Surgical against a grindy deck. Like, it's definitely helping them here, and this is one of those situations where I wish it didn't, not because it hurts me, but because my opponent, I think, made a sideboarding error, and is getting rewarded for it. What's the main deck I've been playing since the BNR? Amulet Titan. I think Amulet Titan's really good. I've always thought Amulet Titan's really good. It had a couple... It wasn't great against Hogak, even though my last 5-0 was the last dump before the BNR. I think Devoted Druid's in a good spot, too. So if I had to pick like 3 decks, it'd be Amulet Titan with Karn, Devoted Druid, probably with Karn. Yep, I agree. And I'm interested in a Stoneforge deck. I just haven't been able to find one that I'm super happy with, which is what this league is trying to test right here. I have the white, so I'm getting a black. Let's go here. If I draw Seasoned Pyromancer, I'll get punished for not having double red, but... That's a 3/3. I think Finks combo is much better right now than it was before the ban. although it did lose one of its better matchups in Dredge. Although Dredge is still around, just there's less people playing it. Yep, Druid is fantastic. Abzan Company is fantastic. I love Kitchen Finks with Coco. I just love being able to company in post board into like Kitchen Finks and Ewit. I think it's just a fantastic little thing we get to do. So I'm going to play both my threats here, I think. Or do I want to just play... I don't want to die to a Liliana, right? If I play one threat and equip the... Like, if I play Plague Engineer and equip the sword to it, they Liliana Edict, I'm way behind. If I play Batter Skull, they Liliana Edict, I'm way behind. If I play both threats, they get to kill one. Maybe both, if they have, like, a bolt and a push. My opponent does need exactly a black source to be able to go Liliana, so I think I'm going to go Bob. Equip the sword. This line loses to Liliana, but beats pretty much everything else. I really like the idea of the Devoted Druid deck too. I actually was playing around with the Devoted Druid Stoneforge list, and Renegade Rallier found its way in. It was really, really interesting, I think. I just don't know how good it was. The idea of it was that I wasn't running non-Coco hits for my flex slots other than the Stoneforge package, which is just running three pieces. And I don't know if it was good enough, but it was fun. Yeah, I don't care about Fulminator Mage. Okay. So I can go Souls, right? Hit, untap, Souls, Plague Engineer, or Souls, put a sword on it. But I think I want to keep the sword on the Bob. Yeah, I like that. Because they're tapped out right now. Another surgical in your hand. Okay. Alright, I'll just play a Batter Skull then. Yeah, alright. Okay, so this meme deck... Hey Andrew, how's it going? I hope you do in fact like turtles. This is my my Mardu Doom. My Doom deck. Hey Noah Murloc, how's it going? I'm not playing a green deck, I know. But for the MSL, I didn't play a green deck for the first 2 weeks. Week 1 against Kat, week 2 against Caleb. So I'm trying to find a deck I enjoy that I can play for weeks 3, 4, and 5 in the Modern Streamers League that doesn't get hosed by Shadow and Druid, both of them. I'm okay with getting hosed by one, but Amulet Titan gets beaten by both. So it feels awkward to jam a deck that I like, bringing a deck just because I like it to a party that's really rude to it. I'm still not sold on Giver and Coco either. Well, because when you run Giver, you're running less mana dorks, which makes... It puts you more all-in combo, I think, is really what it does. Alright, well, I'm just going to keep winning die rolls here. This hand's terrible. Let's mull this. Let's keep this and bottom of the batter skull. Yeah. Opponent also mulled. So I'm gonna, because my opponent mulled, I'm gonna start off Inquisition, next turn Shambling Vent, Inquisition, and then after that goes Stoneforge. Humans. Yikes. So my humans opponent didn't mull again. I feel like they should have mulled to have a 1-drop. Freebooter takes care of Batterskull. I don't like that. I don't really care. I think it's down to these 3. I think I'm going to take the Freebooter. And then next play, take the Meddling Mage. And then I can go get the Batterskull and kind of try to run away with that. I was locked into Inquisitioning again this turn, but I don't think it matters. I think I can just jam the Batterskull right now, or jam the Stoneforge, get the Batterskull. Bottom card of my deck. Unless instead of Batterskull I want Sword of Fire and Ice, which can kind of shred my opponent's little creatures. I'll take the Batterskull. I think the life gain's important. This way I also don't lose to like a turn 3 Reflector Mage also. Sure. Okay, that means because of Thalia, I can't Inquisition this turn, and also put that Batterskull in play. I care more about the Batterskull than I do about the Inquisition. 5 Dorks and 22 lands, no Murloc seems... I feel like it's greedy. Like, I just prefer a more Dork count, I guess. But Dorks have gotten a lot worse since the printing of Wrenn and 6, I will admit that. Fatal Push, I only run 2 of those. White. Yeah, I can just get a swamp here. I could shock to help Seasoned Pyromancer. I just don't think it's worth it. Okay, didn't get the untap. Don't think I need it though. Sideboarding with Coco decks is really hard. Noble Murloc, have you read my enormous sideboard guide? This is over. So I have an 8/8. They have to block it. If they don't block it, I kill their creatures anyways, and I draw a card, and they discard a card, and I untap and get to... Yeah, that was rude. I love Plague Engineer here, and I love Kalidas, and I love Path to Exile. I do not like Thoughtseize. That's an easy cut. I don't like Sword of Feast and Famine. I think I can cut a sword. Lingering Souls might be a bit awkward. Veil can be a bit awkward. Hmm. Oh, gotcha. Yep. Yeah, Coco is definitely a deck that rewards lots of play, which is one thing I like about it. I like decks that reward you for knowing the deck and how the deck fits within a specific meta. I love this hand. I can't speak any higher about it. I got a turn 1 Bolt or Inquisition, turn 2 Bob, turn 3 Culligan's Command. If I had to pick a deck to beat up on humans, this might be it. I'm going to lead off with the Inquisition over the Bolt, though. Um... That was real close what to take there. The Bugler will help them grind, but they're stuck on one land. If they drew the land, they get to go Champion Lieutenant, and that can be a little bit rude. Or just go double Champion. That felt dirty. Next turn I get to Culligan's Command. Make them pitch the Bugler. Okay. Four one with Mardu. Feel okay about it. Deck seems pretty interesting. Things I would change after building this deck an hour and a half ago and playing it through one league where I played a bunch of grindy matchups. I think the Jund matchup is... I don't know how I can improve that. Running 6 is just a beating against Dark Confidant. Maybe find a way to beat Running 6. I don't really know what that plan would be. Noble, I'm going to play one more. But I'm going to play Coco. Dreadbore could work. I just like the idea of the Dreadhorde Arcanist and what it's doing there. So here's my Coco list. My old school Coco list. I think I'm just going to run this exact list. No changes. This is very close to my 10k win list. Just run a queue with it.